and the rebuilding of religious communities resonate powerfully with the values that the European Union holds dear. In 1992, while I was studying theology in Boston, I connected for the first time with Archbishop Anastasios, who had been appointed by the Ecumenical Patriarchate to assess and rebuild the Orthodox Church in Albania, a country emerging from the darkest period of religious persecution in European history. That conversation marked the beginning of a journey of more than 30 years as his collaborator, witnessing firsthand how theological vision can be transformed into concrete action, how faith can rebuild not only churches, but entire communities. To understand the magnitude of Archbishop Anastasios' achievements, one must first grasp the unprecedented destruction that preceded it. Albania, under the communist regime, became in 1967 the world's first official atheist state. The constitutional ban on religion led to the systematic destruction of religious infrastructure. Churches, mosques, and monasteries were either demolished, converted to warehouses, or left to decay. Religious leaders of all faiths were imprisoned, executed, or forced to renounce their belief. By 1991, when religious freedom was restored, the Orthodox Church in Albania had ceased to exist. This was not merely physical destruction. It was the attempted erasure of centuries of religious and cultural heritage that had contributed to Albania's rich tapestry of coexistence among Orthodox, Muslim, and Catholics. The challenge facing Archbishop Anastasios in 1992 was not simply to rebuild the institution, but to restore hope to a traumatized society and demonstrate the religious community could once again contribute positively to national life. What Archbishop Anastasios accomplished in Albania over 3 decades has been called by many observers the miracle of Orthodox Church in Albania. The empirical evidence speaks for itself. Hundreds of churches were constructed, restored, or repaired. But these numbers, impressive as they are, tell only a part of the story. More significantly, this reconstruction was undertaken with a vision that extended far beyond the Orthodox community. The Resurrection of Christ Orthodox Theological Academy was established, training hundreds of local clergy who now serve communities throughout the country. In education, many kindergartens were founded, regardless of their religious background. Schools, vocational institutes, and ultimately the Logos University College were established, institutions open to all Albanians. The humanitarian dimension deserves particular attention in this European context. A network of medical clinics were created across the country, including the Diagnostic Center in Tirana, equipped with the latest technology and staffed by leading physicians, serving patients regardless of their religious affiliation. Development program for mountainous regions, agriculture initiatives, road and water infrastructure projects, healthcare program, support for orphanages, nursing homes, and even prisoner rehabilitation programs all demonstrate a vision of religious community as servant to the entire society. Perhaps more emblematic was the response to the Kosovo refugee crisis in 1999, when hundreds of thousands of Kosovo refugees, predominantly Muslims, fled to Albania. The Orthodox Church, under Archbishop Anastasios' leadership, mobilized a massive humanitarian aid program exceeding $12 million. This concrete demonstration of Christian love across religious boundaries made an indelible impression on Albanian society and the international community. Archbishop Anastasios' contribution to interreligious dialogue extends far beyond Albania and holds particular relevance for contemporary European challenges. In a region where Orthodox, Muslim, and Catholic have lived side by side for centuries, he developed both a practical model of a coexistence and a theological framework to support it. His famous quotation has been almost proverbial in discussions of religion and conflict. Quote, "The oil of faith must not be used by any side to ignite conflict, but to heal wounds and calm hearts." Close the quote. This is not merely a poetic metaphor. It represents the synthesis of a complete theological program for peaceful coexistence, one that has been tested and proven in challenging environment of post-communist Albania. As one of the president of World Council of Churches and the participant and leader in numerous international conferences, Archbishop Anastasios became a protagonist of historic agreement and achievements in interreligious dialogue. His intervention, his persuasive ability, and the trust he earned from religious leaders across different traditions repeatedly led to the consensus and acceptable solution for all parties involved. At a time when Europe and the world faced increasing challenges related to religious diversity, migration, and the potential for faith to be instrumentalized for political purposes, the model developed in Albania offers invaluable lessons. It demonstrated that religious communities can be powerful forces for social cohesion, humanitarian service, and reconciliation, provided that they remain true to their deepest spiritual values. The legacy of Archbishop Anastasios speaks directly to several core European concerns. His insistence on the dignity of every human being, regardless of origin or belief, aligns perfectly with the European Union foundational commitment to human rights. His practical demonstration that religious communities can contribute to social welfare and integration offers a model as Europe continues to grapple with the question of religious diversity and social cohesion. Perhaps more importantly, his example showed that the reconstruction of civil society after totalitarian regime requires not only institutional and economic reform, but also the rebuilding of moral and spiritual foundations. The Orthodox Church in Albania, under his leadership, became a force for reconciliation, helping to heal the wounds of a society traumatized by decades of oppression and preparing the ground for Albania's European integration. His teaching that we all must be servants, transcend religious boundaries, it speaks to fundamental truth about human fulfillment that resonates with European values of solidarity and mutual responsibility. By serving others and helping them, we help ourselves. By building bridges between communities, we strengthen the foundation of our common Europe home. Archbishop Anastasios often said, "I don't want admirers, but collaborators." This captured the essence of his approach, not seeking personal glory, but inspiring others to join in the work of service and reconciliation. His more than 240 published articles and studies, translated into 11 languages, continue to influence theological and humanitarian discourse worldwide. As his successor, I have been blessed to witness and to participate in this extraordinary endeavor. The new cathedral in Tirana stands as a visible symbol of resurrection, not only of a church, but of hope itself. Anyone who sees this majestic building understands that this was built by someone with great love for God, for humanity, and a rare devotion to serving others. I pray that we may continue in the same spirit-guided path, building upon his legacy while responding to the challenges of our time. The work of healing divisions, serving the vulnerable, and building bridges between communities is never finished. It is renewed in each generation. Archbishop Anastasios showed us that this work is not only possible, but essential, and that faith, properly understood and lived, can be a powerful force for human dignity and peaceful coexistence. For all that he gave to us, his wisdom, his example, his tireless service, the least that we can say is thank you. And may his legacy continue to inspire not only the Orthodox faithful, but all who work for a more just, compassionate, and united Europe. Thank you for your attention.